Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another standard gameplay video, and today we are looking at a black and white Exile deck, namely trying to exile all of our opponent's win cons using a number of cards. And a new card from Avatar is the Rise of Sozin, a 6-mana saga. First chapter, destroy all creatures, so an expensive wrath but pretty good. Second one, we get to choose a card name, search target's opponent's hand, graveyard, hand, library, for up to 4 cards of that name and exile them, then that player shuffles. So interestingly, this doesn't cause them to draw if we exile cards from their hand. And this could be anything. So obviously, if we've wiped the board, we can name one of the creatures that goes into graveyard, or if we think they have a more impactful card, we can name that. And then chapter 3, it comes back as Firelord Sozin, a 5/5 with menace and 5 mana 3. And when it deals combat damage to a player, we may pay X. When we do, put any number of target creatures, cards with total mana value X or less from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under our control. We rarely get to the third mode though. Other cards at exile, Deadly Cover Up. 5 mana sweeper, additional cost, we can collect evidence 6, meaning we can exile cards with total mana value 6 or greater from our graveyard and destroy all the creatures. But if evidence was collected, we exile a card from opponent's graveyard. Then again, we search everything for it, but they do get to draw a card for each card exiled from the hand this way. And again, it doesn't have to be a creature that went into the graveyard from the battlefield. So again, we can wipe the board or even cast this without if opponent hasn't got a board present. If we know they have a very powerful card or part, a bit of a combo, we can name that. Then we have Ancient Vendetta, 4 mana, just straight up choose a card name, search target opponent's graveyard, hand, library for up to 4 cards. Then a player shuffles, they don't get a draw. Again, we need to know a bit about their deck, but generally we'll have a good idea. And then at the end, 4 mana instant, but it does cost 2 less if we have 5 or less life. Not sure why. Exile target creature or planeswalker, then we search each controller's graveyard, hand, library for any number of cards with that same name, then they shuffle and they do draw a card for each card exiled from the hand. So if we exile a Sephiroth, we can get rid of all the Sephiroths in our opponent's deck. Because we are playing an Exile deck, we do have a couple of copies of Ketchamos. Very powerful card. 3 mana, 4/4, menace, life, league, indestructible. However, it can't attack or block unless there are 7 or more cards in exile. And then whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and on the battlefield during our turn, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Ancient Vendetta. So basically, if we do exile cards from opponent's hand for various things, it won't trigger Ketchamos, but it will if it's graveyard or battlefield. Then we have Duress again to our hand, opponent's hand, to see what they're playing with to help set up our exile and get rid of some powerful cards. Feed the Swarm for target removal and for enchantments. Terminus of Return for a bit of ramp. Maze Mind Tome to help get through our deck and also life gain. 1 copy of the Iron Crag for more ramp. 3 copies of Split Up as a sweeper. We do have a lot of sweepers. 1 Darkness Crystal reduces all the black spells by 1, and everything apart from Split Up and Ultima is a black spell. Al and Chamil. And then if a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead, and we gain 2 life. So that's a bit of life gain as well. And we can pay 6 and tap it to put target card exile with Darkness Crystal onto the battlefield tapped under our control with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it. Interestingly, because the end exile straight up, it doesn't trigger the Darkness Crystal. I thought it would, but no. Then 1 copy of Ultima to destroy all artifacts and creatures, and then 1 copy of Chamil just to help against counter spell decks and just a bit of card advantage. Mana base, we do have 24 lands, as you would expect. We do have 3 Restless Fortresses to help a bit of a win con. So we don't have a straight up win con apart from smashing him with Ketchamos or just annoying our opponent to death. We do also have 4 Demolition Fields to take care of troublesome lands, of which there obviously are a lot in the format. So that's the deck. It's not massively powerful. It is very slow for the format, but obviously the format is incredibly fast. In one of the gameplays, I got Great Hoop Behemoth on turn 3. As you can imagine, that was Land and White Elves, Badger Mole Cub, Leyline Weaver, all by turn 2, and then turn 3, Crater Hoof. So very, very fast, and obviously this deck's not great set up. Even though we do have a lot of sweepers, sometimes we just don't draw them, which is very annoying. But hope you enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe. I'll give a shout out to my patrons, Arcadius, Mihail, Thomas, and Adrian. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you everyone else for your support, and I'll see you all in gameplay. Opponent goes first. Got not a terrible hand. Would like more ways to exile things. We won't duress turn 1. We'll get down the Fortress. Llanowar elves. It's non-creature, non-land. Since we don't have a 2-drop in hand, I expect this to whiff. Oh no. But they do have the Badger Mole cub. I mean, how close are they just to being able to play Craterhoof? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We go first. We have tap lands. But I think we duress turn 1. Oh, we'll take a No More Lies. Shall we Backstreet? Oh, there's a Ketchamos. Well, did they draw another No More Lies? Obviously, they can bounce it into the Floodmoor. Which they did. Let's get you Avon interrupted. We'll just hold up the end. And take out that interrupter. And get rid of the other 2. I do get a draw. And now we can play Catch Most for free. What are you thinking about? Well, let's Ancient Vendetta. We will Tidebinder. Unless they want to cast it before we choose the card name. Obviously, Charged Tidebinder doesn't count as spells, only abilities. If they cast a Tidebinder, we will take the Enduring Curiosity. But no, we will take the Tidebinder. Oh, that's it. That's the only one. Well, now we can cover up. They do get to draw a lot. Hope they don't have hope they don't have no more lies. Or a bounce bell. It's very weird. I'm going to take Into the Flood more. Oh. We have to attack. Can we gain enough life? There's a land. There's another land. Well, let's attack. Let's Maze Mine time. There was a stick. But we know they have some Pelkirin. There's another Catch a Mouse. Let us take a Cutthroat. Why was that not the same time? We need some life. That was lucky. Don't need you. We're down to 2. Probably should have taken the Enduring Curiosity earlier. Let's get down you. Let's kill all creatures. And our opponent scoops. Ooh, when we were at 2. Our opponent goes first. We do not have a fast hand. Shadowy Backstreet. Shadowy Backstreet. We need lands. Umbral Collar Zealot. Sephiroth. So it is a Sephiroth deck. We need lands. There is a land. Well, that's Darkness Crystal. If we draw land, we can Rise of Sozin. Come on, land. Oops. Not the correct land. I'm actually not that fussed by that. Yeah, there's another Umbral Collar Zealot. We gain life. They can sack things, but it doesn't really matter. We just gain life no matter what. But they can surveil. Yeah. Darkness Crystal does kind of shut off a lot of their things, and we would have, on the second chapter, we would have named Raise the Past, and if they had another Sephiroth, we could have just the ended it. Ooh, our opponent goes first. Well, green probably won't have too many. I say that, and there's lots of them. Let's take a case of a locked hothouse. Let us. We need more lands. Are they going to get down a loading zone? Yeah. I am going to hold up the end because I imagine they're going to play a pretty chunky Gold Vein Hydra. And obviously the end exiles it, so they don't get all those lovely treasures. Okay. 2 can play this game. Gold Vein Hydra. There we go. That was 4, right? Yeah. Play you on black. What does this do? Put 7 +1/+1 counters on it. Nice. We'll kill your Roboroid. A 1 of. Yeah, they are full on counters. Oh, the problem is they can just do it again, can't they? We need a demolition field. Yeah, so that doesn't work with Haunted Screen. But the problem is we are just dead. Because they just, Barsing say... Ridiculous. Interesting lands. You have to go on black. Well, there is a white source. But we can go a scrying. So we do another black source for the end. Are we up against... yeah, we'll keep that then. We may as well draw. Well, and let's do rest. See what we're up against. What the hell is this deck? There's another Infestation Sage. And another Diagraphical. Well, let's take Goblin Borders. I have a Massacre Worm. I would love Deadly Cover Up. We have the lands for it. Nope, don't need you. We're down to 9. We're up to 13. Don't need you. I'm going to be greedy. They can hit us for... we'll discard an Ancient Vendetta. Take you. Oh, we don't gain life from that. That's frustrating. Let's take a fake your own death. Well, we need a sweeper now. We have a lot of them. Not enough. Our opponent goes first. Got a slow hand, but we can surveil and Maze Mine Tome. That doesn't bother us. What are they up to, apart from Authority of the Console in? Life gain. So our sweepers are going to be very needed. Let's go a scrying. Because basically we just need lands. So we need to be able to the end Ajani's Pridemate. Well, we can't actually cast anything, so let's draw. There is a land. There's another land. We'll play this on white, seeing as we do need white for spit up. So we are going to take a chunk. There's another Life Creed duo. So we're going to take 5. But we can the end. The Pridemate. Moogle's Valor. Only 2 Pridemates. Who's playing only 2 Pridemates in a life gain deck? Another Authority. They do have an S. Why didn't they play out an Essence Channeler? Let's scry. Yeah, we'll keep another cover up. We'll Ancient Vendetta away their Essentialer. Seeing as we know what's on top, we don't necessarily need to scry. Essentialer. Only 3 of those. And play you on black. They are going to get the draw. But then we can deadly cover up. Well, we do need a land for Rise of Sozin. And then there, let's Rise of Sozin then. And we can get rid of Halia. And our opponent scoops, because we are just taking out all their creatures and win cons.